Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
You dated black guys.
Loved black guys, yeah. I did. But for me, dark meat on the side, white keeps me mean and lean. You know, that's why I married white. Yeah, that's what I like.
Hold up.
Red flag. Oh, so this was the popular clip, y'all. The one that made Jeannie go viral. So, y'all heard her. Dark meat on the side and the white meat keeps her lean. And she said it so quickly, y'all. Didn't even have a second thought about what she was saying. Because that's how she really felt. She wanted her black men to be her side dudes. And again, allegedly, we don't know if that was going on in her marriage, but the way she was talking about these black men, you could tell she was fiending. She was missing that. I don't know. She was talking about them. Every episode that she had where she talked about her type, it was, ooh, rappers, ooh, black men. This just goes to show you what she thought, because the white man is who she would present herself with publicly. This is the man who deserved her hand in marriage at the time. But the black man, he cannot be seen. He's just a side dude. Y'all gotta remember, Jeannie is from an Asian household, traditional Asian at that. So they see black people as less than them. Let's just keep it real. Not all, but majority. That's the system that they're raised in. Her people in her culture told her, hey, we don't mind if you mess around with black men. That's fine and dandy. But you better never marry one, because they're not marriage material. You need somebody who is adjacent to our race and who could elevate us. Best race to get with to raise your social capital is a white man.
I think it's... I don't even know how to muster up the words.
I'm saying your people, not necessarily other people.
Absolutely. Okay. That's a whole nother girl chat I want to have sometime when it comes to the anti-blackness within the Asian community. But within my family, they've seen me date outside my race. I've always been in interracial relationships. So my family in particular wasn't uncomfortable about it at all.
Internally, she really wanted a black man.
Oh, you wasn't married to Freddie. Would you marry a black rapper?
No!
John.
This is coming across as deception.
So this is the type of rhetoric that she was spewing on a national television show. And this just tells you how culturally insensitive that she is. She doesn't think. But again, I don't know if she was going to therapy at that time, so I'm not surprised. Now let's see who ends up checking her in this conversation.
What do you mean, dark meat on the side?
She lightweight offensive.
I'm not. I'm saying, I really do think black men are attractive. I do. Like, that's my...
Well, what do you mean, dark meat on the side?
That means, honey.
You know what that means.
Wait, what are you reading it as?
How did you say it?
I'm just saying it when I think about men, I like dark men. I do.
You like your main man to be white and your side
Notice how the black women and the mixed women checked her. As they should. That was a wild comment to make on national television and telling us how you feel about us. However, what I will say though is black men, listen, that's the reputation y'all have amongst other races, and y'all seem to be fine with it. So if you like it, I love it. However, it is still offensive. Very offensive.
Explain what you mean. Okay, what I meant is I used to date black men. Okay, I think they're attractive. But what I decided to stick to, because it just kept me happiest, was my man Freddie, who happens to be white.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. What gets me the most is she try to act like, oh my God, I didn't mean it that way. Sis, you meant it that way, ma'am. Jeannie, you meant it that way. You meant it that way. Stop. Just own up to it. You could have said, you know what? That's what I was taught, but I've learned differently. But no, she want to feign ignorance. Oh, I didn't know what I said was offensive. You sure did, because she thought that comment was going to get her accolades. They would be like, yes, girl, get your black meat on the side. But then when they say, hold up, what you trying to say about us? We not no side characters. Because you're talking to black women here. Maybe in conversations with black men, you can get away with saying that. They'll find that cute, like, I'll be your side dude. But we ain't gonna be nobody's side chick. No, we're not doing that. You got your wake-up call. And I'm sure they drug your behind online. I don't even want to know how they drug you. I'm sure they drug you. Because how dare you talk about us like that? Well, our counterparts, but hell, like I said, black men seem to love being the side dudes and the meat on the side, so we just gonna let them do what they do. I'm not gonna sit here caping for nobody. So it looks like Jeannie wasn't the only one who had a type. Now, there's nothing wrong with dating outside of your type and with dating someone who you naturally wouldn't date. However, Freddie and Jeannie were just not compatible.
Not cool, Monty. That is not cool. One thing I said, and it was on this show.
Yes.
Like, I literally went home and I was so angry.
I remember. I know what you... Okay, say it. I know.
I've said a lot of things, but this one was hurtful. What I had said was, okay, so we all know, and just like Freddie has a preference, I have a preference. We both married each other out of pure love. Like, he likes white women, blonde hair, blue eyes.
And you like black rappers.
I like a good brother. I do. I think they're cute.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when I said on this show that somebody said white meat somewhere, and I was like, yeah, I like white meat, but I like my dark meat on the side.
Yeah, you
right? I
did
remember that.
Yes, you did.
It was
yes,
horrible.
You did.
It was
Show
horrible.
said it.
And what I thought in my mind, again, from here to here, I thought, like, I'm married. I can't have any kind of other guys.
You like a side
so
of
on the
black
side,
men.
like, whether it's on the show, I meet, like, great guys that I'm like, wow, I used to crush on you, whatever. That's on the side because I'm married. I can't have that.
Yeah.
You know, so on the
Jeannie,
side, I'm like,
sound words. Don't explain it.
No, I knew what she meant.
Listen, I get it.
But see,
I didn't know her. But the way it sounds, like, girl, I'm telling you, I thought that I had like a real foot that was living in my mouth. I don't. That's yours.
She had a whole leg that day. It's not the foot.
It was
the
horrible.
whole
She got a
thing.
leg
The knee,
kickstand in
everything.
her mouth.
I apologize in so many ways.
thigh dark or light meat?
Oh my God! Stop it!
Yeah.
Stop.
Okay.
So anyway, that was like the worst thing I've ever said. And you guys on the table here, you know me because you spent time to get to me. Other people don't, and it was so wrong when I said it because of the way it sounded. Freddie has never dated an Asian person, and he said that he never was, just naturally, he's just being real, never was attracted to Asian women in high school. Well, guess who came along and changed his life?
I'm gonna be nosy since this is a real, right?
Yes, I want to know.
Think back in the day. When did you first know you were in love?
Aww.
Day one.
No way, really?
Honestly, yeah.
For you, it was day one.
Day one?
It
I
was.
never knew this.
Because we were so different that I loved that. Because she was nothing like anyone I've ever been around before.
Yeah.
Wow.
To me, that captivated me. And it was like, I don't know so much that I loved her at that point, but I loved her as a person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I loved what she stood for, the way she carried herself, what she believed in. And
One day I'm gonna feel that way, okay? What did you know, Housley?
Here, I'm going to take it further. I believe that instead of focusing so much on that list of what that brother needs to have and before you give him a chance, focus on the list of what you bring to the relationship. Yes. Here's why. Women, and I really believe this, I've lived 38 years. It's going to be more, it's going to be better. But even now, I realize that when you walk around having a list of, oh, he ain't tall enough. Oh, he's in transition. Oh, he doesn't have a job. You give off a vibe of thirst, number one, and you give off an energy of insecurity because you're constantly looking for somebody who can fulfill you.
Red flag. Now, Jeannie, as a woman who is 39 years old, I am currently the same age that you were when you gave this terrible, horrible advice. Now, y'all can listen to Jeannie if y'all want to and think about what you bring to the table. And I'm not saying that that's not valid. Yes, you should also be who you're trying to attract. However, please have that list. Have it. Now, the superficial stuff, that's on you. But what I'm talking about is have the list and standards of what you require in a relationship. Please do not get rid of that list. Because I have said it once and I'll say it again. I may not have said it in the case studies, but I know for sure I said it in live streams in the past that every industry has a requirement. Every profession has a requirement. Even the job that you have right now, if you're employed, has a requirement. When you apply to school, they have requirements. So when you're dating, you better have requirements. Next. Now let's continue to watch more footage of her on The Real, because she revealed that she didn't want children.
My husband and I have been married for 7 years, and when we got married at first, we didn't want kids. We talked about it, and we were like, you know what, we have a nice life, it's fine, there's a lot of kids around us. 7 years later now, I see it in him. I see when children are around, I can feel it inside me of what people say that it just hits you. I don't feel it, but I see it in him. Oh no. And it really does suck.
So you know what you need to do?
What,
You
Lonnie?
need to take Freddie to Chuck E. Cheese and let him spend about 4 hours there. He'll change his mind. He might change his mind, okay?
I'm gonna do that because I'm praying about this. It's a hard one.
Or you need to ask him.
I do, and he says, I love you so much. We're having an amazing marriage. I enjoy this. I want you for the rest of my life. I'm fine. But you see it. When you can see it, and he's saying it for me.
So, but he's
what are you
never
gonna
said
do?
anything. He's never said
no,
anything.
I've heard him say to people, I wouldn't mind having children, and I do love children. I know it's
But why you don't want to? You know, come on, you can put one out for him.
Lonnie, Lonnie,
No, one is not gonna hurt. We'll help you take care of it. We'll give it to Aiden. Aiden will help.
No, let me tell you something. I was the exact same way, Jeannie. I was all about my career, and it was just Vince and I, and I have 5 other siblings, so I have like 13 nieces and nephews. I was good. No more children, right? Great. But I think what happened was I was afraid of the unknown, and I didn't know how my life was going to change, and how's our relationship going to change. And I'm not going to lie to you, your relationship is going to change. However, I feel it changes for the better. Don't you agree?
Yeah.
I feel like something happens and it clicks, and you guys get closer, and just like she was saying, they bonded over like the miscarriage, but you bond over this baby because it looks like him and it looks like you, and it reminds you like, oh goodness gracious, she's big just like me. So it's great. It's greatness like that you enjoy.
I've heard Jeannie's reasons for not wanting to have a child, and I have to say, as a mom, your reasonings would only, I think you're making a right decision for not having a baby for you. Because as a mom, you really don't have any room to be selfish at all. You are there 24/7. It is a 24/7 job. And you said you like to travel, and you like that.
I am admitting I am a selfish person.
And that's what she said. She admitted that to me.
Time with my husband and time for myself.
So, but I'm thinking of the child.
That's
Hold on, you guys. I'm thinking of the child in that circumstance, and that would suck for a baby. If you're saying, listen, I'm a selfish person, I don't want this, why would you want a child to grow up in that type of
But I was
household?
right there, Tamara, and I have to say, that it's a doable situation. You know what I mean? Because once you bond with your baby, everything changes. Don't you agree? Like, I was the exact same way.
There was a red flag in what Tamar was saying, but I'm not going to give her the red flag because you can see that she truly enjoys being a mother and that Logan was able to change her whole life. However, this does not always happen. Sometimes when you're forced to have a child, even if you're not ready, then you having the child might not change your mind. It might actually make it worse. And I will have to lean more towards what Tamara said. And I wholeheartedly agree with Tamara. You have to be selfless to be a mother, at least a good one. So this is something that should be discussed and heavily considered before you get married.
You look really scared right now.
I'm not going to pressure you.
I never talked about this, because we are going through it, like literally counseling, like this weekend, like a lot of stuff.
Oh, you spilled tea, real tea. Though.
Yeah, I did. Because I honestly see how you guys do it, and you guys really do. I admire how I walk by your dressing room, Tamar, and I see the baby playpen and your husband holding your son. It's insane, but it's the commitment that, like, it really is. It's beautiful.
But is that what you're truly afraid of? Just the commitment, or losing some sense of your life? Because that's where Tamar is right. Once you have a baby,
because we're trying to understand. I feel you.
I feel you. This is girl chat. We're not supposed to be.
I know. No, but we don't want you to feel bad.
Yeah.
It's just that
I don't feel that. I feel like you guys
we
are
get
supporting
real.
what they do.
This is the real, and it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
And if it's you working it out with your husband, it's fine.
That's all that
because
matters.
I used to be like, I was like, I don't want no babies. I would be the worst mother in the United States. All right, so I know where you coming from, and I feel that. But you have a husband, and when you have a husband, you have to consider his feelings as well. So you guys just keep talking it out. Keep going to therapy, and you guys make your decision.
Yes.
And I will help babysit every other Sunday.
She is the best.
Whatever's
auntie, I
gonna
will
make
say
you
that.
guys happy is what's important.
So it looks like Jeannie didn't want to have kids, and Freddie knew that because she made it very clear when they got married that she did not want to have children. However, as time went on, his perception on children changed, and so it seemed like he was yearning to have children with her. And sometimes that does happen. I feel like it is very extremely important for people to know how they feel about having kids. Now, my opinion on it is if you feel like you're iffy and you're more on the maybe side, then it's best not to marry someone who does not want to have children. And I feel like a lot of people marry with the intention of changing their partner's mind because it's quite possible that he knew he wanted to have children, but he thought that she would change her mind, but that rarely happens. If a man or a woman says they don't want children, take it at face value and just go about your business and find somebody who wants that, because it is harder to change someone's no than someone's maybe. I really wish that he had considered that, because now they're in a conundrum, and it appears that he is indirectly giving her some type of pressure for her to feel that way. And for that, I'm going to give him a red flag. Y'all knew it was coming. Because why are you marrying this woman knowing she doesn't want kids? What, you thought you was going to change her? You thought that things were not going to be the same? She already told you she didn't want to have kids with you. See, the difference is, it seems like she didn't want to have kids with him for some reason. Something was not letting her go through with having a baby. And I believe that he felt it in his heart.
Issues you have unsettled before you get married get magnified by millions of percent after you get married. I mean, they say 5,000%. I'm like millions. Because, okay, I'm gonna get real.
Yeah. Okay.
But in my marriage with Freddie, when we were dating, I've always known I didn't want to have kids. And I was sure about this. But I think for Freddie, I know he innately wants to have children. But after we got married, I think he hoped I would change. Oh. And so now it has become something that we still talk about. And as much as he's like, I love you, it's fine, I know he's settling for something that's really not him, and that kills me. So you can imagine that's something that comes up. It's a lot of counseling sessions, guys. It's costing a lot of money. I better keep that job.
At 38 years old, it's really hard when everybody around you is having babies. It's a beautiful thing. And you're supposed to have that feeling that a lot of moms talk about, which is you're going to feel like you all of a sudden just look at children and you want to have children. Or you're missing out. I've had women tell me, they look down at me like you haven't lived. Because I act kind of young, so they're like, oh, she's still growing up. She don't know yet. You don't know a thing yet. You just keep having your fun and one day it's going to hit you. Right. Or they put the pressure go freeze your eggs. What are you doing? Go do this tomorrow. Last year, I actually thought about it. And I actually thought, I'm missing, something's wrong with me. Because I don't have that feeling yet that I want to have children. But yet time is ticking. So let me go freeze my eggs. The second I said that, then my family and even, I love you, Freddie. But even my own husband got really excited. Oh, good. That means that we might do this.
I would say the biggest question I have right now.
Yes or no?
Okay. So, I know.
Okay. Oh, it's all right.
So, So, you know how much I love Freddie, my husband. He's my life. And before we got married, I was very clear about the fact that I probably would not have kids, just because I've never felt that. And now, getting older, he definitely seems like he wants kids, and he actually came out and said that he
Wants children.
Wants children. So, I guess it's just really hard because I can't just have a child for another person. And you don't have a child to save your marriage. But we are in love and we are enjoying life. And he's my Freddie and I'm his Jeannie. And we don't have any other problems except that, which you never know what could happen in the future. So right now we are clinging to each other and we're waiting for God to kind of tell us what that means. And it's kind of weird to go to sleep every single night holding on to that person that you love so much, not knowing where it's going to go.
So you would like to know that?
Yeah, and I do talk to God a lot about it every single day. Every single day I want to know what does that mean for us? Because I love Freddie so much.
Do you think if the answer is no, you would break up if you didn't have children?
I think we have to always do what's right for that person that we're imagining and we're thinking of first. And I think sometimes for both sides, I have to know that I love him so much. I want him to be happy first and foremost, and I cannot stand in that way. And he has to do the same for me.
Yeah.
That's all we know right now.
Yeah.
There's
You
a
feel what I'm
difference-
saying?
You don't want to have children.
I know I would be a great mom because I really love kids and I love people and I love purpose. Putting those three together creates an awesome human being. But at the same time, I don't want that responsibility. I really don't feel that. And you have to. I believe as a mother, which is why I really have respect for you, Tamara, you have to be willing to commit your entire life for that child. Because when you bear a child into this world, it's not about you. And you've got to do what it takes for that child.
Selfless.
Every day. Every single
And that's the reason why, Jeannie, I tell you, I know where you're coming from. That's the reason why I did not have children, because I know, I see it. You know, I have friends and I've helped raise them, but this is a different situation. And I mean, we just wish you the best. Yeah. We'll keep talking about it as long as you want to talk about it.
Jeannie.
Yes.
I know you have had something in your heart that you've wanted to share with us today.
Yes.
What is going on?
Okay. So I feel like we're all family here.
Yes.
Everybody else, we're family. Viewers are family. So don't get that excited. It's just a little thing. But I've always heard for women that as you get older, there's something in you that turns at some moment when you decide to have kids.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Well, mid-20s, I never felt it. 30s, cold as hell. There's nothing in here. Still partying, having fun. Mid-30s, now late 30s. Just the beginning of this year, after maybe being around kids, watching little Logie run to Tay and just see her as the only person in the room, I felt my uterus wiggle.
You did?
No! Yeah. It's actually a little spiritual.
Wait a minute, you pregnant?
No, I'm not pregnant. But you guys have known, like, I'm not pregnant.
I'm ready.
I'm not pregnant.
We
No, I'm not
wasn't
pregnant.
ready. Was you ready?
Okay.
I
So
wasn't ready.
all I'm saying is, and after talking with you, Tay, and just talking to other women, I'm 37. I know I'm not getting any younger. I know if I was going to have a kid, I should decide now, today, 5 minutes ago. So I've decided I'm going to start thinking about freezing my eggs.
Well, you should.
I just want to think about that. Yes.
Think about it?
Yes.
Are you going to?
Here's why I say think about it. And I'm bringing this out because I want to start having a conversation about what that means to freeze eggs. What does it mean for Freddie and I? Because I don't want anybody's hopes to get up. Freezing eggs just means giving me the option. It doesn't mean anything's guaranteed. So that's why I think for me, I just want to start opening up the discussion. I want to be able to come by. I want you to let me, with chaperone permission, babysit Araya, have biscuits with Logie, talk to other women to understand what does it mean. Because I want to know what it feels like to go through that.
I believe that he felt it in his heart, and I also believe that he should have left her in Vietnam. That's my opinion. Because now look, she's making him work hard for the relationship, work hard for the marriage, work hard to have a baby. The reason why I believe, and this is my opinion, that she made him work that hard is because she wasn't attracted to him. She didn't like him like that. She liked what he did for her. and did to her, but she wasn't feeling him like that.
That's why I say marriage is for some people like y'all, but...
Okay, well, you're right about that. There was a day where I actually felt exactly that. Like, I was like, marriage is really ticking me off right now because there was a fight last weekend. So I had these pair of jeans that were my favorite. Freddie thought he was doing me a favor. He took it, he threw it in the washing machine, put it on hot with the towels that you like wipe the floor with, came out. They were like super shrunk, tiny, gone. These were expensive, my favorite one pair of jeans that I've worn in perfection.
Ooh, what you say to him, girl?
Lonnie, I didn't say anything. I actually didn't even talk to him. I took all my stuff. I couldn't even sleep with him that night. I was so mad because they were my only jeans. And, yes.
You haven't had like
Are you kidding me? Like in our house, it's 2 stories, and I text Freddie downstairs.
Yeah.
Come up for breakfast.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have his phone. So when I make breakfast, I like it to be hot, and then he doesn't get his phone. He doesn't get the text. So I'm sitting there, and by the time he gets the text and he doesn't know that he's late, he comes up, and I'm really pissed.
Girl, you always mad at that service provider.
I know.
I can take it so long for that text to go through.
So I'm like, come to breakfast right now.
Jeannie, ease up. God, it's breakfast.
All right.
What if it's not about your work, but it's about a personal feeling? Like, I was born Jeannie Mai. That's like my dad's name when he came here from Vietnam. And so I couldn't pick up my husband's name because he's my husband.
What's his last name?
Harties. So I'd be Jeannie Harties.
That sounds rich. I would take that name. Jeannie
Harties.
Hard.
But for me,
that doesn't
it's
sound
a
like
Chinese Vietnamese name. Yes, I stood up for myself for my name. Every time I was bullied when I was younger, I said, I'm Jeannie Mai. I got to stand for it. It just doesn't feel like me once I become another name. It just, for me. After being married for 6 years, you hear the couples that are married begin to not have sex as often as they did when they first met. For me, that's becoming true. I actually find myself struggling. Stop laughing at me. Can I tell you my story? Honestly, I actually have to plan when I'm going to have sex with my husband because if I'm not in the mood, AKA I'm busy, I've got a schedule, I've got a call to make, I've got a whole agenda that I've got to get to, I don't feel horny to have the sex.
A majority of women, when they fall in love and when we know we're in love, you don't have to work that hard for it. Now, a lot of us have learned to have boundaries and standards, but that's literally the behavior of a woman when she loves a man. She is down bad for that man, weak in the knees. She wouldn't let him get bit up by mosquitoes. She'd be like, oh my God, honey, I'm so sorry. No, get the mosquitoes away. Yeah. Just like when a man really loves a woman, he would never let her get eaten up by mosquitoes. He'll make sure that she is comfortable. It's usually like that. But normally when somebody makes you struggle and suffer, just know that they do not love you. They love something about you, and that's what you can give to them. The benefits they get from being with you, best believe they don't really love you. Now, let's continue on to watch a few more clips, and then we're going to find out what happened to Freddie and Jeannie.
Jeannie, how long did you make them wait, though?
1.5 years to 2 years.
What? Lies.
1.5 years to 2 years. 1.5 years. So we dated for 1.5 years, and then after the 1.5 years, he proposed, and then the next 6 months getting ready for marriage.
He had a side chick.
Thanks. No, he didn't. But wait, remember, let me tell you guys something.
Freddie.
So now we find out that Jeannie was celibate before marriage. Now, I will not give this a red flag, even though I want to give it a red flag, and not because she's celibate before marriage. Don't get me wrong. But again, this shows me that she made Freddie go through it all, because I don't think she was celibate with the next character that she was with. We gonna get to him, Mr. Snowman. Yeah, I doubt it. So you know what? I'm gonna give her a red flag. Sis, you knew what you was doing. You didn't want that man. Do not mistake my red flag for saying being celibate before marriage is wrong. Not at all. I think that everyone and every woman can make a decision about that. You don't have to give a man access to your body at any time if you do not want to. Let's make that clear. However, I feel like her standards change with who she's dating. Now, if her standards were fixed and she was always like that, been like that, then I wouldn't have nothing to say. But she has a pretty good track record of making Freddie work twice, maybe triple that of another man. And that's because he wasn't her type. That's it. That's all. There's nothing else to say about that. The more videos I'm watching on The Real about their relationship, the more that I can see that they were not meant to be together. They were never supposed to be together. Yeah, they could have worked on it, but in actuality, they were just not a match. And it's okay. It's okay to realize that, but it's sad because anyone could see that. But Freddie was so in love with her, he couldn't even see that. From the beginning, they were not a match, y'all.
But the question is, how spicy is too spicy? Well, an article in She Knows explored when couples visit the strip club together. Now, in the article, relationship expert Dr. Jen Berman explained that there are two sides to the champagne room. On one hand, going to a strip club can actually be sexy, but if there's jealousy, it can make it really uncomfortable and awkward. It's a bad situation. So, Jeannie,
Yes.
would you ever go to the strip club with your man?
Uh-oh. This is for real.
It's one of my favorite places to take Freddie. I'm telling you. Okay, I know. There's a lot of people who are going to disagree, but here's what happens. There's sexy girls, there's sexy techniques, there's a whole bunch of moves I don't know. What happens is we both kind of get turned on at the club, so then we can turn out at home. I'm telling you, it works.
This man just raised his hand to you like that.
I promise.
Yes.
And it tests your relationship. It really does. It tests your relationship. If you have a man who's going to stray, or if you're not ready for your man and how he reacts at the club,
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't do it. But I know my man, and I know how much we love each other, and I think it spices this up because I didn't know how to do some moves that I learned from the club.
It teach you now.
It does.
Men always say they don't want to go to strip clubs to their wives when they really do want to go to strip clubs. Oh, really?
You give me a strip club or a baseball game, I'm taking baseball game 100 out of 100.
Actually, Jeannie drugged me to a strip club last year for my birthday.
That surprised me.
And I was uncomfortable.
Yeah, Fred.
I'm telling you, I picked a golden boy here because I married him because there's a reason he stands out differently. Jeannie, high five.
Red flag. Jeannie, why did you take your husband to the strip club? Now, if they were both into that type of Magic City activity, then that would be fine. But he seems extremely uncomfortable going into those establishments. She is acting like her husband's a rapper. She's used to being in that rapper type of lifestyle. Because what man from Virginia looking like him is going to go to the strip club? Your man doesn't look like the strip club type. He looks like the family at the ranch with horses and cows type of man. He does not look like a strip club type of man. And you were trying to turn him into a rapper because that's what you like. This is where we could see her mindset, y'all. Sis was gone. That dark meat on the side had her going crazy. She was missing everything about it. She was missing everything about black men. We could clearly see that because she had that man around activities and scenarios as a married woman trying to spice up their life. She didn't like to be in the boring type of marriage. He seems like he's going to give you stability and routine. And sis was anything but stable. Mentally anyways. In October of 2017, Jeannie and Freddie announced to the world that they were going to split up after 10 years of marriage.
To this day, I mean it honestly. He's the best man I know.
We love Freddie.
We love Freddie.
We love
He really
Freddie.
is. I married him because he's like my dad. He's very loyal, very compassionate, so funny, an awesome guy. And in our 13 years of being together, there was never any lies, no betrayal, no cheating, nothing. So I want to say to, you ladies, you guys have known from season 1, I'm always honest about things we struggled through. I was real, man, sometimes too real for everybody to have an opinion about, but it took us time, and you guys are so supportive, and I love our real fam and friends out there who know that it's not about taking sides, it's about loving what you go through.
I'm taking Freddie's side, though.
Red flag. Now, there's something about Lonnie I just don't like. Something about her spirit. She has messy energy. And I'm not talking about the funny messy. I'm talking about the weird ass messy. But I'm going to let it slide because I don't have any type of time to drag her. I'm going to let Tamar drag her when we get to Tamar's case study because she did a really good dragging, by the way. But let's continue with this story. We already saw that Jeannie was all types of confused about Freddie as far as having kids with him, having him go through the depths of hell, go through the valleys and the rivers and the mountains like he was on Lord of the Rings. Now, Freddie and Jeannie's divorce was messy as all hell. Y'all already know, because one thing that I have noticed with all of these case studies is that when a white man is scorned, he will go after you. Like, there is nothing worse than a white man scorned. Now, let's get into their divorce. They went through a lot of legal battle, and Jeannie even shared that on The Real and how ugly their divorce was at the time.
When that man goes through so much to produce the ring, get down on his knee, maybe talk to your parents, maybe create some type of scene so that the proposal goes just right.
Or not do so much and you know that this wasn't thought out.
Right, whatever it may be, but when he gets out on his knee, you all of a sudden have this overwhelming pressure to make sure you don't hurt his feelings.
Yeah.
When Freddie proposed, let me get this straight, that when we were dating, I knew from the get-go that he was husband material. I knew that I wanted to marry
Isn't it
this
crazy
man.
how you literally could meet them and know it?
I knew it immediately.
know.
Yes. However, when he proposed, it was in front of my family, and I kind of wished that I could say, "Can we talk about this for a second?"
Really? Wow.
Yes, because for me, I was only 27, 28 years old. I hadn't gotten myself straightened out, and now knowing myself today, I just wish I had a little bit more time to mature, because I kind of dragged him through my maturity through our first years of marriage. And he knows I come from a broken marriage. He knows that I have had, inconsistent examples of love in my life. So I needed to turn 30, now I realize, because all my women out there who have turned 30, you know how 30 is so different.
30 is life
from your 20s,
changing.
right?
Yes.
Amazing.
Such a
It's
huge
crazy
right?
how much you change.
Yes. So if I had just been able to kind of pause, and I do this because you remember Out of This World, Evie?
Yes.
If I could just pause and just go, let's just give me some time to get better, because I want to be as right for you as you are for me,
Yes.
but I'm not where you are right now for me. I would have enjoyed our first years of marriage so much more. So I applaud any woman out there who is able to use her voice and just in whatever way she needs to say, not now.
I have a question.
And it doesn't
though.
mean you don't love them any less.
Exactly.
It means you actually love them more.
Yes, because
But then I have a question, because when you did say yes to him, why did you say yes?
Because I saw a man who was so ready, and he had prepared all my family in front of us, and my parents were weeping beside us. My brothers had put together a beautiful video depicting all of our love, and I looked in his eyes, and in that moment, I felt so safe and secure that I said yes, because I knew he would lead us through it. But yes, and that's amazing. Wow. And he did. He did lead us through it. Yeah, but if we're gonna be real, our first years were very hard.
Sis, I understand, because think about it this way, y'all. She married him when she was young, and she felt pressure to marry him, come to find out. I think that internally, she always knew that she wasn't attracted to Freddie. She was just attracted to his stability and what he could provide for her. Now, looking back, because at the time she was turning 40, she realized that she wasted her time.
User on Reddit recently asked the community this question: What do you wish you'd known sooner?
No, I'm thinking about this question because, when you get to your 40s, I'm almost there, you just really have so much to reflect upon. And for me, if I'm really honest, knowing what I know now about who I married, I wouldn't have married him.
Oh, Jeannie.
Yeah, no, I know. I don't mean to get that serious, but I'm just saying this out there because it's just crazy. You hear all the time that money can change people. Well, divorce can really change people. And it's just so weird, because the one thing that he would always say back then is like, you really truly don't know a person until they don't get what they want. But I never thought he would be the one to prove that to me,
I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry, Jeannie.
So, it's just hard because
It's okay. Take your time. This is the thing about marriage and love. You did make a mistake. You know, I think nothing is done by mistake. It's life lessons. And the thing is, okay, I want to, if it's not right for you, get out of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And nothing's wrong with getting out of it.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's for me. I'm not speaking for you. I'm saying for me, it's not a regret.
Yeah, no. Well, it wouldn't have been for me. Like, I loved him all the way even past our divorce. I really did. But then when somebody shows you who they are, you just are like, did I know the real you or is this the real you? And so it's just really hard. We're not talking about a couple years, you know, we're talking about 10 years.
I'm sorry.
I feel like she should have gone with who she really wanted to be with. At least she'd be happy. Dang, ain't no rapper that would have made her happy, actually. But, I mean, maybe her type would have changed. But we could see that with Freddie. She really wasn't attracted to that man. She did not want to be with that man. So now that she was going through the divorce, it was eating her up inside because now this man really showed who he was. Because he realized that, okay, she wants to divorce me, doesn't want to give me the kids I want. I think he went into a dark space, sat down, and thought about all the moments that he went through with her. Starting from the mosquitoes in Vietnam. Probably wrote everything. Remember, he said, she's not compassionate. She's not this. She didn't do that for me. And then he realized she was never in love with me. And then he became a menace. This was his villain origin story.
Since, hand to heart, I swear, any woman who has been divorced, in that year, you know, you have red flags if it's not going to work. I did. Isn't that real, guys? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying.
Right. And sometimes it's best to nip it in the bud.
That women's intuition, and I've said it before, like if
Wait,
you really...
so when did you know?
I knew a year in, for sure.
When you got married?
Yes.
Y'all were married for 10 years.
I know, because...
Wow.
Because, and I think this is the part where I'm still having that conversation with myself. You're always going to ask, damn, why did you wait so long?
Right.
But as a woman, and I'm proud of this trait that I have, I'm loyal as...
Right.
I really am. And when I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
And it's another human being who put all of his hope into trying to make it work. So you got to try. And so I'm as much as I'm proud of myself, I'm also like, you don't have to wait so long when you know what's right for you.
Ding, ding, ding. Almost every single person that I know that has gotten divorced says they absolutely knew it.
Always.
Every single person. And it's not them being dramatic or being like, I knew it the first day just because, you know, it didn't work out.
So you said they knew early on in the marriage.
Almost every single person I knew one of two things. One, they never should have done it in the first place.
Wow.
They felt that there were other voices in their ears that said they should do it, or they felt forced into it, or they felt pressured. That's the number one thing. And number two, almost every single person says within the first year, they knew, wow, I've made a mistake.
This man went on a rampage. Him and his alleged side chick. So now let's get into it.
In the moment, in the heat of what I'm going through right now, for anybody who knows what divorce feels like, it effing sucks. It's terrible. And you wake up with a rock in your heart, and you just feel like you can't really make it through the day because it's just so heavy, especially when finances get involved, especially when people change. And so in that moment, when I had my Bitcoin line, I was like, it just erupted in me, and it made me realize, Adrian, when you said, girl, I forgot that you were going through divorce. And it's because as a good old Asian person, we suppress ish, and then we just focus on working.
After the divorce was finalized, we found out that Jeannie had to pay Freddie alimony. And Sis's tears dried the hell up.
You know, when we see you talk about it, at first everything was so nice, and it was with best friends, and it's loving, and I'm going to stand by him.
It was that way. It was that way.
When did it turn?
Well, it turned when I would say money got involved and ego. I would
How
say
long
that.
has it been? It's been over a year.
It's been about 1 year.
Yeah. Wow.
Actually, to date, October. Yeah. But I think, you know what? This is where you learn how things change. You know how people say money changes people?
Absolutely.
Well, so does ego, and so does social media, and so does the press. And I think that all of that mixed in between, you really got to keep yourself grounded at who you are at the core, because you got to remember who you are, because you can't speak for other people. Was married to somebody who had more money than me, but because I was a stronger earner and we lived in California, a shocking thing slapped me in the face when we divorced, and I had to end up paying him my earnings. And that really taught me a lesson today about looking out for myself, you know, because
it was an emotional thing. And then it's not just.
I paid spousal support when we broke up, but we have all been blessed together.
That's the difference. Is that he was a part of your business together, and he supports you. I see how that is. In this case, it wasn't. Like Jeannie Mai is completely Jeannie Mai. I did every damn thing you've ever seen me do by myself.
Red flag. So this man was making more money than her, but because she had more of a stable income, he decided that he wanted payback for all his pain and suffering. I don't know how this man got around it. I feel like he hid some funds or something. Because ain't no way he made more money than her and yet she's paying him alimony. This is egregious. But then again, Jeannie, you gonna have to take your L because you knew you didn't want that man. You knew it. And now look at that. This man done took all your money. You paying him every month, probably till now, while he's off doing whatever he's doing with his new woman, Lindsay Toole. So now let's get into him and Lindsay.
Yeah, you still love your husband, right? Y'all didn't get divorced on bad terms, right?
We didn't get divorced on bad terms, but love is that's a word that I have to figure out what that means between us right now. Yeah.
So after the alimony segment aired on The Real, his alleged side chick, not side chick, she said she's not a side chick, but she probably is, and that's get back for Jeannie being a side chick, went on Instagram to defend her man's honor. Freddie decided after he left Jeannie, he was not going to get into ethnic women anymore. He was no longer POC solidarity. He went right back to his roots and got himself a white woman, his counterpart. And that's all good. Now let's see how Lindsay addressed Jeannie after that episode aired. At Jeannie Mai, I love how she added her. Okay, sis, you got a little spice to you. You see, usually people, they just go right without adding the person, but you're really bold. So I would give you a point for that, sis. You wasn't hiding. You weren't scared. You're like, I'm from Virginia. Yo, Virginian people get down for real, man. I don't know. Y'all, you got to watch out for the rural Americans. They are just as buck wild. They do not play. I will say that. So she added her. All right, you get points for that. Now let's read it. Looking out for yourself is why you're still miserable. Your complete focus on yourself is why you're divorced. Yourself being the most important thing in the entire world is why you keep making up lies for more attention. Move on. Ain't nobody talking about you. Damn, Lindsay ain't playing. Lindsay not only added her, but she was like, you could come get it if you want to. Play with it. And she kept her face and her name. She didn't even do it from a burner account. All right, sis, you got double respect for that. Ain't nobody talking about you because we don't care. She sounds just like me. Dang, sis, she was ready to fight. Sis, are you an Aquarius? You sound mighty familiar. Stop trying to tear someone down who has done absolutely nothing to you. Never one time has Freddie brought up your name or drug it through the mud where it belongs. Every week you got some new dramatic story that you can get more pity and more attention. How many more lies are you going to make up before you are satisfied? Freddie and I are both working our butts off to have what we have. Not because you gave anything. Freddie walked away from $1 million so he could finally give our family peace. Hold up, slow up. Our family? What family we talking about? Y'all had a baby? We gotta check this baby. Hold up. Our family. I think they had their baby. Hold up. When was this article written? 2019. Okay, we gonna take note of that. Cause when did Freddie have a baby with Miss Lindsay? Sister Lindsay. Okay, we ain't gonna mess with you, Sister Soldier. You seem like you ready to fight. You knucking and booking and ready to fight, Jeannie. And Jeannie want no parts. Cause Jeannie, she could bark, but she can't fight. I could tell you that right now. Sis is from the Bay Area. I get it. You know, some women like to tussle, but Jeannie look like she ain't about that life. She yells too much, and that lets me know that she's a yapper. But she's not a fighter. Sis is a fighter. I mean, she probably wrestles deers and whatnots in the wilderness. That's what it looked like. And God has blessed him fruitfully in doing so. Oh, Lord. And she used the name of the Lord? Oh, sis is really serious. Let it go. Stop trying to make up things for people to feel sorry for you. You made Freddie sign to keep his mouth closed. I didn't sign for this reason. I knew you would come back at his throat again. I will speak the truth, Jeannie. I'm pre-warning you that I will tell what really happened if you continue to publicly lie and humiliate Freddie. And sis put a heart next to it. Damn, sis. You know what? It's okay. I don't want no parts of this. We want no parts of this. Now, let's check out when Mr. Freddie married Lindsay. So it looks like Freddie and Lindsay had a daughter who was born in November 2018. They announced their divorce in 2017. So this man got married and had a baby within a year.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Y'all got divorced because he wanted kids, right?
No.
That's not what it was?
I thought that was the story.
No.
That he wanted a kid and you didn't want a kid. And
There's a little more to that, and I can't really get into that right now. But right now, it's just I'm just trying to I'm keeping afloat. I'm like right here, like
Gotcha.
here's the water level.
I think
just
things
gotta
are
breathe.
deeper than that. It's never just black and white like that.
Yes.
Was he cheating?
He is having a baby.
Yeah, and interestingly,
How did that happen
with
so
somebody
cheating.
before we even divorced,
'Cause I thought
they
that
were
was
already
pretty fast, but
Yeah,
you
he
know,
was cheating.
I wasn't going to judge.
Right,
It was really like the divorce is happening, baby.
Yeah.
But
and you know what's
That's kinda
funny?
awkward.
yeah, it was awkward.
Yeah,
Right?
I never was the type to really sit there and actually calculate and do math. You know, Tam knows best. Like I'm not that petty to sit there and like calculate like timing and how people do things.
that is
But
true.
then our real
we
fam,
were doing the math
We were
for her.
doing it.
okay, and our real fam comes in and goes, wait, when you announced that you met
Wait a
this
minute.
person at this time and now you're together having the baby at this time, and Jeannie just came out with you guys getting divorced at this time. That's funny.
Yeah.
And that's when you have to face the facts, because you realize I'm a Capricorn and I'm mad loyal, and I will always look for the good in people.
We're not going to put that out there because we don't know for sure.
Oh no, Lonnie, we gonna put it out there because we know for sure. Red flag. You think we don't know how to do math? Just because you're not smarter than a 5th grader doesn't mean we aren't. We're not blind, Lonnie. You see, this is the type of stuff I'm talking about. She was on Freddie's side. I could see it all the way through. And I get it. You know, I'm not going to absolve Jeannie of her foolishness. But at the same time, 2 wrongs don't make a right. If Freddie really didn't want to be with her, he should have just left her. That's it. Why did she have to be the one to file for divorce? And then come to find out, he had a whole other side chick. Red flag, Freddie. You see, I knew I was giving you too much grace. This is why you have to be careful. Trusting people, and that's anybody, but especially men. This man was fine up until when he wanted to have a kid, and now he was so desperate to have a kid that he stepped out to get what he wanted. Granted, Jeannie wasn't giving him the love and attention that he craved. However, be a man about it and leave. Why you gotta do all of this? Oh, because she's right. He was a weak man. She could sense it, and that's why she was able to walk all over him. So he was getting his get back. You have to be the one to leave if this is really making you unhappy. All it shows me is that he's immature and petty.
Right.
Yes,
Okay.
but I
when you
will
guys
say
did the
I always
math,
look for
it
the
looks a
good
little
in
fishy.
people.
I didn't do no math, okay? We're not going to put that out there.
Right.
Yeah, you don't just
It
take
was a
condoms off that fast, though. You know what it is. They've been
It was a
getting it in.
speculation and
Yeah.
assumption
Yeah.
between
Adrian,
us
yeah.
girls.
You
And I will always look for the good in
We're not going
people.
to put that out there because we don't know for sure.
And then they had a son born October 2019. And they had another daughter in 2023. Red flag, sir. You moved on too fast, too quickly for my liking. So it looks like he got married real quick. Had a baby even quicker. Within a year's time span. And when did they finalize their divorce? This is what's very important. Red flag. So it looks like in the midst of their divorce becoming finalized, he got married and got his new wife pregnant. Right after she divorced Freddie and started crying her little tears on the reel, sniffling and snotting on the reel, she got with a new man. The snowman, Mr. John Wayne Jenkins, otherwise known as the rapper Young Jeezy. Jeannie finally got her dark meat on the side. And we're going to see how they met and when they met. So let's get into that. Y'all know The Real was a show where a lot of celebrities made guest appearances. And in November of 2018, Young Jeezy made an appearance on the show. And it looks like Jeannie might have had a little bit of a flutter situation going on with her heart. Now, remember, Jeannie's single now. She loves a rapper. And she said that she loves her dark meat on the side. But now he doesn't have to be a side anymore because her main dish was thrown away. Maybe had E. coli or something, so she had to throw that dish away.
Yeah. Now, your last album, Church in These Streets, and Ride or Die, and Trap or Die have very different sounds.
Right.
And on this new album, you're going back to the Trap or Die sound. Why is that?
Because that's what, I couldn't give him Martin Luther King when they want the snowman, you know what I'm saying? And no disrespect, because that's who I am. And I was using my music basically as a tool, you know what I mean, to touch the people. But I realized that, give them what they want, and when I get a platform like this and I can talk, I can tell them how I feel.
That's awesome.
Would you ever run for politics?
No.
You would?
I mean, my mother raised me not to lie. You got to do some lying to be a politician, right? I'm too honest for that, you know what I mean? I'll mess it up.
Sparks must have been flying on that segment, because after his appearance on The Real, he got to DMing Jeannie. So he decided that he wanted to apply to be her main dish now. So there was a picture that made its way online where Jeezy, Trey Songz, and OT Genesis were with their girls. So Jeannie Mai, Lori Harvey at the time, and Malika Hack, Khloe Kardashian's BFF. Blogs like The Shade Room started to speculate that Jeezy and Jeannie were dating, because this looks like a couple's picture. Let's read an article by the inquisitive Carter. After announcing her divorce on television and her ex-husband recently having a child, Jeannie Mai was on a self-discovery journey for herself. Now, after some time has passed, she may have found a new person of interest. Over the weekend, so this was in January 2019. Now remember, Freddie had a baby November 2018, and they got divorced sometime around 2018. So sis was freshly divorced. Didn't even have time to heal. Neither of them did, because this man done popped out, had a new wife and everything. And now sis was on the prowl for a rapper. Over the weekend, Mai celebrated her 40th birthday by having a party. One of her friends, Malika Hack, seemingly posted a couple picture on Instagram. Hack posted the picture of her and boyfriend OT Genesis. They are no longer together. Trey Songz and Lori Harvey, they are no longer together. And Mai and Jeezy with the caption, Three's Company. We're going to get to Mai and Jeezy soon. Well, Mai took the time to speak on the picture and her relationship or lack thereof with Jeezy while on The Real. So let's hear what she had to say.
Get to what we really want to get to.
What happened the next day? That part. Okay. Well, the next day, my girl, actually Malika, posted an after-party picture on her Instagram with the caption, Three's Company.
Look amazing.
And the picture features couples Malika and OT Genesis, Lori Harvey and Trey Songz, and then it was young Jeezy and our very own Jeannie Mai. Okay.
Can we put the picture up again?
You look beautiful.
It's couples,
you
right?
look really beautiful.
Is that what we doing?
No, okay, so Jeannie, that's the question everyone's been asking all weekend. Are you and Jeezy making beautiful music together? I do.
Damn it, Malika, can't we all be just chilling without having to explain how we're chilling? I can't even. No, Malika's my girl. Look, you guys know that I'm multi-dating, right? And Jeezy and I hang out, and he's very special to me. So we don't really have a label to define what it is we're doing. We're just having a good time together, you know?
Oh, okay.
Like, honestly.
Red flag. Now, the red flag isn't because Jeannie and Jeezy were taking things slow. I'm actually happy that they were taking it slow, because sis was just fresh out of a divorce. However, Mr. Jenkins, aka Young Jeezy the Snowman, had also just gotten out of a relationship with his baby mama, Malette Mahi Gabramedin. I hope I said that name right, Lord. Not only did he split up with her, but he was also going through a bit of custody battle. Stay tuned for part 3 of this case study.